Good morning, everybody. So today I want to talk about Alta, Utah. So this is my second Utah ski area overview. I did ski at two other places, but I only went like on one day, and the days were really hard because I couldn't see. So it's hard for me to review them. Alta I've been to several times, just like Snowbird. So I want to talk about it. First of all, Alta is on the same road as as is Snowbird, so you'd actually be passing Snowbird. Be passing Snowbird on your way to Alta. I don't know if you can zoom in there. It is. It's right there. So you're just passing it. So it's just past the two, and it's 40 or 41 minutes from the airport. So again, this is like one of the beauties of Salt Lake City. Staying in Salt Lake City is that you have the access to these mountains that are just so close by. Get off the plane, you can go, you can ski before you fly. A lot easier than being in Colorado. Again, this road though that takes you up here, takes you up to Snowbird and Alta has a tendency to be very, very busy, especially on a weekend. So plan ahead, go early. Even going early, you're gonna hit traffic. And if there's any kind of snow or any kind of bizarre condition or accidents, you can be in for a long wait. And there's, of course, there's areas prone to avalanches as well. One thing that's really cool, though, I remember is like really good cell service. And it was just surprising how good the cell service was. You're in these canyons and like you're getting amazing cell service. My son had a meeting that he had to attend while we were there, and not an issue at all. I was driving in some killer snow, and he was like attending this meeting online. It was really cool. So yeah, so it's very convenient, very convenient. Let's go straight to the trail map. All right. It's it's actually I don't mean small in size, but it's a relatively small compared to some of the larger resorts that you can go to. So that's kind of a benefit, I think. It has that small vibe compared to some of the other resorts, like say Park City or something like that. Another thing, this is a skiers only site, so no snowboarders allowed, sadly. I'm not going to jump into those politics. I love people who both ski and snowboard, so I have no issues with either. But this is a skiers only mountain. So where should you go? All right. So the first base area you could park at is the Wildcat base. You can also park at this Albion base or Albion. I don't know how to pronounce that. I will say that this area is much better for somebody who's a beginner who's learning. And this area is, of course, more advanced, but doesn't really matter. You can park either way. There's this horrific transfer toe that goes between the two. I call it horrific because it takes a lot of strength to hold on to that thing to get all the way up, go uphill from Wildcat to Albion. It's just like, wow, that's tough. But this area here is amazing. So if you're saying, hey, I need to learn, and this is what I was doing, learning how to work on powder, learning how to powder skis. There's so many good opportunities. Even this little Vale Ridge here crosses through some trees. Just everything was fun. It was so much fun. And these aren't, they're not easy like they're not, very simple runs. You still have to work and practice on it, but you really need to know how to ski powder if there's a lot of powder. And this place snows a lot. And the powder is really soft here. I mean, it's so, so soft. I remember being on, I don't know, one of these trails here. Let's say maybe it was this one Home Run, and on the side there's these piles of snow, which in the East Coast, if you stuck your skis in them, you'd probably crash, right? Or hit something hard. Here you just like walk, just gently go through them. Now, I can't guarantee that's always going to be the case, but it sure can be like that. I remember when we first arrived there, there were some guys skiing down one of these areas, like maybe Rock Gully or something, and deep powder, waist deep powder. It was like something you see out of a movie. It was so cool. Yeah, I love it. So, but just be careful when you're learning how to ski in powder. You have to bounce up and down, be really light, skis closer together. You need wider skis. I mean, unless you're, of course, an expert skier, like a professional racer or something like that, you can ski in anything. But wider skis are better, over 100 underfoot or close to 100 underfoot, and be very light and bouncy. I remember I was practicing that going down, I think I was going down Sugarway or I think it was Sugarway. It was one of these two because we got right off the lift here and we wanted to hit this area to go up one of the lifts. I think we were going up Supreme Lift. And it's funny, like at the end, I was just bouncing up and down, having fun, just learning how to do this. At the end there was some kind of something underneath, like a, I don't know, but I jumped and landed right here on this Dipsy Doodle trail. It was very narrow, so I had to quickly somehow, luckily, turn right away. Otherwise, I'd have gone down this little dip here of some sort. Would have probably rolled down the hill, but I made it. But you do have to practice. I was also going down, I think, Bluebell, and I was now thinking, oh, I'm getting good at this. So, but I forgot to, you have to be lighter, like I said, when you're skiing on powder. And it wasn't really deep, but it was probably like to my knees, that deep. But that's deeper than I'm used to here. And you can't ski like you normally ski. So one of my skis got caught, and I flipped over, lost my pole, lost one of my skis. But luckily, I was able to trace where the ski went and find it. I couldn't find the pole though. You can't ski like normal. I asked this woman came to me and said, "Are you okay?" I said, "Wow, there must have been something down there." She goes, There's nothing in the snow." The point was I had no idea what I was doing. So that was it. But this area is amazing to get some good practice on. If you go up here, you got some nice, black runs. And again, these are, on a day if there's not a lot of powder, these are just like any black run. All of these they're nothing special. I mean, in terms of like, you know, they're not like killer or anything like that, but they're fun. And then Upper Dipper, Big Dipper, Rock and Roll, those are all nice runs. These areas are fantastic. I mean, the views, the going through the trees and everything, it's just beautiful. Going up this Sugarloaf lift, there's a lot of people who ski down. There's some really steep runs over here with rocks and trees. As you're going up the lift, you'll see people crossing. When we came up here, it was foggy, so that wasn't really helpful. Didn't make me feel very good at the time because you can't see, and I'd never. This was the first time I ever went there. I couldn't see anything. I had no idea where I was. But there's all kinds of nice runs here, and you can get your way back down. So we went back some, I think, Mambo to the bottom. Then my son took off on some trail over here, put me in some good precarious position following him, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I think I knew we were somewhere off. Maybe I don't know if it was Nuns or it was somewhere in some trees somewhere. Maybe it was Lower Rustler or something. It was funny. Um, One of the interesting things you have here is, oops, sorry, you have this gate that allows you to cross like a border crossing between Snowbird and Alta. Of course, you have to have pass to both of them. So if you're an icon and you have the full icon pass, you get Alta included. Alta is not included on the regular lift pass. So you'd have to do an add-on. But there's also this ticket you can get from Salt Lake for like skiing the four ski areas. Like for instance, at the end of the season, you can ski at these different areas. So there are other options if you don't have Icon. Let's see. Yeah, so that looks like a lot of fun. Usually I see people skiing like right here. It looks like just pure. I didn't do that, but it looks like pure joy or any of these areas here. Up Greeley, etc. Look like a lot of fun. Oh, there's cat skiing here. Grizzly Gulch cat skiing, backcountry. Just a lot of fun, right? What a beautiful resort. Uh, Food is not bad. I mean, the prices aren't that bad either. Let's actually look at the prices here. Okay, let's go ski. Let's go ski. Lift tickets. Well, check out these prices. Okay, so we're out of what's peak pricing dates. So we're Friday through Sundays are always peak dates, and then holidays. We're out of the main well, they're going through January 4th. Okay, so we're still in the main holiday area. January 19th and February. Those are like Martin Luther King and President's Day holidays. Those are always expensive. But look at these prices. Let's look at this. Off peak and peak, adult window rate 189 and 209. If you compare that to what you saw at Vail, again, Vail is huge and it's a great place to ski, but you're talking about 350 plus there. You're going to get way more snow here, in my view. My experience, you get more snow in this area. Prices are much more affordable. My God. And I like that they just put them there. So this is telling me that let's see, online saving is telling me that they are not, they are not, they're not using this dynamic pricing, which is cool. You have off-peak and peak for afternoon, more affordable, late afternoon. Of course, they close at like 4:30. Wow, if you go 2:30 to 4:30, what a deal there. Not like you're going to get bad skiing at any time. Let's see what the online prices are like. If we can figure this out, let's see single multiple day, da, 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 1 day ticket. Saturday, so it's still expensive. I mean, relatively expensive. If you buy out further, it'll be cheaper. Let's see. Yeah, see that? Even Saturday and Sunday. Go further out, you get cheaper, but then you're committed to a day. I like having a pass where I can just show up and, check the weather first before I go. Yeah, so that's Alta Ski Area. I think it's known for the finest snow on the planet. So you'll see people from all over the world coming over there, and you get what you get what you pay for there. You more than what you pay for. Bring wider skis. If you're renting, you can rent from any one of the ski shops in Salt Lake City on your way up. Rent some powder type skis, but just some ask your shop owner what's the best ski for the day's conditions and adjust. Okay, so you just that you don't have the wrong skis for whatever. If it's a day to cruise and there's no powder, then I'd get some narrower skis and play around. So just make sure you get the right kind of skis, and rent a car that has all-wheel, four-wheel drive, and if possible, good tires. All right, thank you. Have a wonderful day. Again, as usual, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Okay, thank you.